In this video, I'm going to show you how to pack down the Explorer rear fold. The first step of packing down the Explorer rear fold is to remove the 2 upright poles at the end of the bed, the 4 spreader poles across the roof, and the 2 upright poles at the back of the camper here. Also, we lower all the bow poles to their base position, and the bar across the back here, retract that into its shortest position, and then we're ready to fold it up. The next step is we run out enough of the winch webbing so we can throw the hook over the top and connect it up to the eyelet on the lid. The easy way I find to do this is to get my webbing, throw it up on the toolbox there, and simply throw the hook. It's that easy. Just make sure no one's at the back of the camper. While you're at the back here hooking up the winch, just pull all the canvas back over so there's no stress on it when you're winching it over. When you're winching the camper closed, make sure you stand off to one side of the winch strap. You don't want to be behind this. If there's something breaks, it's a hardware failure or the strap goes, that strap has a lot of stored energy and it'll come back quite quickly. So stand off to the side and always do it safely. Now that I've raised the camper up to just prior to the top dead center where gravity will try and close it for me, what I'm going to do is pull all my skirts back over, tuck it all into the body of the camper, straighten up my canvas in areas like this so I can fold that over back in between the bow poles, pull my skirt up over this point here. Also something very, very important. Just in here is the main bow pole, and on top is the tropical roof pole, which actually will pivot. You want to make absolutely sure when this section comes down into the body of the camper, you get it flat. So the tropical roof pole lays flat inside the body, it's not sticking up that way, and it's not tucked down underneath. If you allow that to happen, you simply won't get your camper closed without bending things. So this here is the tropical roof pole, and it does pivot. Always make sure that that is laid down in the camper flat. And I'm ready to start bringing the rest of it over. Now I've got to this point, this is where the rear winch comes into its own. I can incrementally wind the lid down and go around and tuck in the canvas at intervals. That way, as I get almost fully closed, all my canvas will be tucked in out of the way. And that's very important. When you pack up your camper, make sure you've got no canvas or anything popping out between the seals. What will happen is through capillary action, if it rains, the canvas will wick water into your trailer, which is not good because that can cause mold. And the next time you open your trailer, your canvas will be black and it'll be a nightmare, and it'll be because you haven't tucked it in properly. The The sequence for latching down this camper is pretty easy. My preferred method, I find it works much better than anything else. Once I've got all the canvas tucked in, no canvas poking out, you do not want that. Just lean on the camper and get this rear latch on. Then what I do is I pull this rear latch down, give the camper a bit of a nudge until I can get this second latch down. Then together, lock them both down. It's actually quite easy, doesn't take a great deal of strength. Now I will do exactly the same on the other side, the same two latches on the other side. That will make sure that I've got even pressure on the lid and I'm not trying to twist it, push it one way or the other. Then I can latch down the rest of it. Now my last latch. Once I've latched that down, I double check again. I go and check every inch of seal around the camper, make sure there's no canvas protruding through, because if you do get canvas slip between the body and the seal, it is a way for water to get into your camper. Water, canvas, inside a camper in a warm temperature, it's all over Red Rover. It'll be moldy in no time. So always double check that. Now I can get on with tidying up the rest. Before you close the spare wheel carrier, make sure you've raised this pad bolt back up out of the way, otherwise you'll end up bending it. When you lock up the spare wheel carrier, keep in mind there is a receiver hole here and a pin here with a polyurethane buffer. As you close it, you'll have to lift the spare a little bit to line up this pin with that hole, push it in and then latch it up and put your little clips back in to secure the over center latches. Before you get ready to roll, make sure you raise your stabilizer legs. Ensure the handle is locked back into place. The great thing about the kitchen on the Explorer rear fold is you can use it anytime, independent of anything else on the trailer. So if you want to pull up, boil the billy or cook some lunch on the side of the road, simply get it out, set it up and away you go. And when you pack it up, it is so quick and easy. First of all, put our sink tap down there out of the way, remove the power to the igniter, undo our hoses, tuck them back up underneath the kitchen itself and remove the leg at the end of the kitchen that supports it, then simply slide it away. Now to slide it away, we pull our release pin out on the corner here, then push the kitchen in. Check it's locked in, and close the hatch, all done. So that's how we pack down the Explorer rear fold. Remember the golden rules. Check there's no canvas protruding from the seals once you've packed it up. Always raise your stabilizer legs. Always pack it up dry. Until then, we'll see you out in the tracks.